Hi, my name's Michaela, I'm chronically ill, and here are 10 low energy activities for other people with chronic illness or people who aren't chronically ill but want a chill activities to do. My first activity is reading. I'm currently reading The Hobbit. I'm really enjoying it. I've read it in the past, but then I got this really beautiful illustrated edition that I'm currently reading. It's taken me quite a long time to finish this because I'm really struggling with brain fog and concentration at the moment. So that is the downside of trying to read if you're chronically ill, is sometimes it can be quite hard if you're experiencing a lot of brain fog or symptoms like that. But I really love getting engrossed in a good book. I find it really enjoyable. So yeah, reading. My next one would be doing activity books. This one's Myrtle, which is like a logic puzzle solving thing. It's basically you eliminate different options to like solve the murder of who did it, with what weapon, where it was. So you can see, get given clues, and then you eliminate different categories, different items to work out who did it. And these different levels of this, there's like easy, hard, a medium one as well. I have a few copies of this because I really enjoyed doing it. And yeah, my next one would be journaling. I've just started properly journaling this year, so I've made this quite cute journal. But in the past, I've done like a nature journal type thing where I just fill it with different things I see in nature, have different themes for the different pages. There's also junk journaling. There's heaps of different things you can do with that, but this is a really just low energy, fun activity. And depending on what kind of journaling you can do, it can be quite cathartic to just get things out on a page. Yeah, my next activity would be Lego. I have heaps of the Lego flowers and a few different Lego models around. I really enjoyed doing Lego. It can be quite hard if you're having a bad pain day with your hands, or if you're having tremors or anything like that going on. Lego can be quite a difficult thing to do, but I really enjoyed doing Lego when I have the ability to do it. It's just really fun. It feels like you're achieving something, and I enjoy building models with the instructions, but I also enjoy just getting bricks and just building whatever I want and being quite creative with it. So Lego is a great option. My next recommendation is doing arts or crafts. I have some of my art on this wall here. This is a piece I got, so I didn't actually make that, but that one I made. Also got things like this dragon. So I really enjoy doing quite a few varieties of art, different media and stuff like that. Watercolor, pencils, pens, acrylics, and then I also really enjoy digital art. Digital art makes it a lot more accessible. I've done digital art heaps when I've been stuck in the hospital. So you can just do it on your phone with your finger, which I've done heaps, or I actually have a tablet with a stylus, which is great because I can just put that in my bag when I go to the hospital and it gives me something to do. And it does feel like you're achieving something and creating something, and it can be quite cathartic to express yourself with your art. I've done a lot of art around chronic illness and disability, especially when I've been in hospital and have been struggling. Going off that, you also got some crafts and stuff like that. I'm currently working on one of the diamond arts. This takes forever, which is a good thing because it gives you something to do for a long period. So would recommend something like this. Well, the other thing I've gotten into that's quite crafty is making earrings. I got these little spoon charms, made some spoon earrings based off spoon theory. And then I've also done earrings out of coffee pods that have been folded up. I've also made some out of sewing materials, which are quite funky. I've made heaps of different earrings. That's quite fun to do. So I would recommend something like that. My next recommendation is listening to music. I really enjoy listening to music, especially at night or when I have a headache or something like that going on. I find it quite relaxing. I'm almost always listening to music. It's a tool I use that I find helps a lot with my mental health. And during different medical procedures and stuff like that, I'll often be listening to music because it does help quite a bit. I also really enjoy making playlists and creating them around a set theme or idea, and for different vibes and stuff like that. It can be quite time consuming because you want to find all the songs that you like. So I would really recommend either just listening to music or actually being more physical with it and actually creating playlists. My next idea is listening to audiobooks and podcasts. I often listen to a podcast if I have a really bad migraine or just something going on and I can't really do anything physically. I just really enjoy listening to something. I find that quite relaxing, and it still occupies my brain in some way, so I'm not just lying there just thinking. My go-to podcast is one named Ologies, which is a sciencey type podcast. The host interviews a scientist in a specific field of science each time, and it can be really niche topics. There's stuff about like heaps of different kinds of animals, fireflies, beavers, frogs, spiders, like everything. There can be stuff about space. There's an episode about witches, episodes about sleeping. There's one about ADHD. There's just heaps of different stuff, and it gets quite niche. But I find it really enjoyable. It's really easy to listen to, but it's also educational and fun. So I would definitely recommend that one. The other one I really enjoy listening to is Smosh Reads Reddit Stories. I absolutely love Smosh. So I love that I do podcasts like that. That's quite enjoyable to listen to. My next idea is movies and TV shows. I absolutely love watching a good movie or TV show. I've recently discovered Letterboxd, which is a great website for recording all the movies you've watched, finding new movies, all that kind of stuff. So I would recommend checking that out. I've been really into Stranger Things recently. My favourite movies would probably be Fantastic Mr. Fox, Dead Poet Society, Girl Interrupted, and then Heathers. I absolutely love those movies. So if you need some movie suggestions, I'd recommend going and check those out. I find movies and TV shows quite good because you can get quite engrossed in a story, but it doesn't take up heaps and heaps of concentration to be able to watch something like that, depending on what you're watching. But if you find something good, it can just be something you're good to just have in the background. So I would really recommend movies and TV shows. My next one is video games. I've only recently started actually getting into playing video games. Minecraft and The Sims 4 have been ones I've played forever. Those are really good. I really like the creativity and just the openness. You can sort of do whatever you want in those kinds of games. But the other game I've just finished is Life is Strange, which is a beautiful game. And everything you do in the game has later consequences. It's a really cool game. I really like the storyline of that. And then another game that I finished is Stray, which is about a cat. And again, that game is beautiful. And they did motion tracking on the cat and stuff like that. So all the cat sounds and all the cat movements are really accurate. And I just think it's a stunning game. And the bonus with certain video games that have like a storyline and stuff like that is you can feel like you're achieving something and progressing, which is really good. So would definitely recommend video games. My last suggestion is Pinterest. I absolutely love making Pinterest boards. I have ones for decorations around my rooms. I have some mood boards. I have a whole quote one. I have one about things for chronic illness, things that are like helpful. Tips and tricks, all that kind of stuff. So I would really recommend getting into Pinterest. Something you can do with Pinterest that I find quite fun is to make one centered around a character. So you have a character in mind, could be an original character, could be a character based off a movie or TV show you like, and then you just make a whole board themed around them. I find that quite fun, and I really enjoy doing something like that. So Pinterest would be my last recommendation. I hope this was somewhat interesting and you found some new ideas. Let me know in the comments what low energy activities you enjoy doing, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!